Hello and welcome to our Blue Sofa today.
Thank you. That's a pleasure to be with you here today.
Interpol has a central role in global police cooperation. What are the key priorities for the work of police services, and where do you see the greatest need for international collaboration?
So from Interpol perspective, we have seen the world evolving a lot those last years. And with an increase of the technology, not only the technology used by the police services, but the technology used by the criminals. And this has led to a huge globalization of crime. So we've seen now criminals acting from wherever they are, and acting all over the world. No region is safe, no country is safe, and you see this crime spreading over the countries, over the regions. And this needs, in turn, a global response with new, even innovative way to tackle that crime types, and also in a sense that information needs to be shared globally. We can't have any country acting on its own without the risk to fail against these global threats of criminals, cyber-enabled activities. We can't even have region thinking that building fortress is enough. Then it's only as strong as the weakest part of the fortress is. And for that, Interpol brings responses. Brings responses through capacity building, through innovative solutions, through standardization, but also through a better way to address the big amount of data that needs to be analyzed to bring a response. So this is one of the key challenges. And also to bring a more victim-centric approach, to protect the most vulnerable, to protect the ones that are in danger through this digitalization, this modern use of technologies by the criminals. For example, you apply for a job, and behind this advertisement, you might have an organized crime group driving you to go to another country, and throughout that, defacing the legitimate way to apply for a job. You will be brought to illegal immigration, you'll be brought to scam centers, and your working force will be used by those criminal ones also to attack new victims. So that's a way criminals are nowadays acting, and that's the type of things Interpol is addressing with a global response.
Interpol has increasingly emphasized technological innovation in policing. How are you using data and digital tools to support member countries in identifying and disrupting transnational crime networks?
That's very true that Interpol is data-driven. Data-driven because information exchange is, by essence, what makes law enforcement more efficient against crime. If you possess an information that can help another country to detect a criminal, to detect a new crime trend, or to be more efficient, then it needs to be communicated. So Interpol has put in place quite a lot of systems to enhance this capacity to share information, to bring the right information at the right place, at the right moment, to make the police officers, wherever they are, efficient in their way to identify the criminals, to arrest them, and to bring them to court. How do we do that? Either, as I said, by instrument to share this information, so new communication means, so we have a trusted, secured information system, I-24/7, that is being enhanced through a new communication platform, NEXUS, allowing us, with the use of artificial intelligence, to manage large quantity of data and to bring this information to the end users in a more efficient way, close to real time. We also work with our partners to provide the police officers worldwide with trusted, authenticated recognition of their quality of police officers, allowing them to obtain information from other countries, from trusted partners, through a central positioning of Interpol as a hub. So it's really helpful because then you have a more automated response, allowing you to fill the gaps that were existing and to be more efficient in the way we are tackling the criminals. Also providing, for example, means to identify criminals, even despite the fact that they would use forged, fraudulent documents, stolen documents, through their biometrics in close to real time. So using fingerprints, through using facial recognition, always paying attention to an ethical use of those capabilities, to an ethical use of those new innovative tools, making sure that the privacy rules are respected.
Which are the strategic priorities that will shape Interpol's policing services over the next, let's say, 5 years? And how do you envision adapting to rapidly evolving criminal tactics?
So once again, I would say that we need to be proactive in the way we do share the information, in the way we do analyze more and more information streaming from every side. So you know that the nowadays world is connected. And we need to make sure that our law enforcement worldwide, and there are different level of capacities in the countries of the world. And you know that Interpol is connecting 196 member countries. We need to bring these capabilities to each and every country, to each and every police officer in a far more automated way. We need to make sure that we have the capacity to save resource, to spare resource in the policing capabilities that we are broadcasting. And in that sense, having a more in-depth automation of the exchanges is a part of the response. Also, the fact that the criminals are connected worldwide. They know no borders. Whereas, on the contrary, police officers are bound to their own legislations. And that's where, again, Interpol, as a global organization, is a part of the response. Interpol bringing this global capacity to address crime, either through the early identification of new crime trends or the capacity to interlink countries beyond regions is a part of the solution. And still bringing the new technologies, not running after innovation, but making sure that innovation is used in a proper way, again with an ethical approach, is also the best way to address that. Also through partnerships with the private sector, and they are an essential component of what we want to address, to have the civil society also being integrated into that process, again with the victim-centric approach, because we can't let vulnerable communities being attacked by criminals wherever they are, hidden behind their computers, hidden or hiding themselves, for example, through spoofing of the voice. Your voice could be used tomorrow to contact anyone, your colleagues, asking for support, and then without the capacity to detect the fact that you are not behind. And that's something that Interpol is addressing, either through capacity building, through awareness campaigns, but also through new communication, new means. For example, because you responded to such a request from somebody spoofing his voice, and you transmitted money. And then you realize, no, that's not him. You advertise it to the police, and through a system put in place by Interpol, iGrip, for example, so that's an early warning system. We have the capacity, through police services, in a very rapid way, in less than hours, to freeze the money transfers with the support of the countries of the world, and then to repatriate that money transfer to their legitimate owners. So that's a part of the solution, and that's where I do think that Interpol remains in its agility, in its capacity to remain agile at the center of what can be used by the law enforcement over the world to be efficient.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for your attention.